The Ducati costs $2,000 more than it did last year. Wait, no, it's $2,000 less, and BMW just got serious about off-road in a way it never really was before. So which one of these two bikes actually deserves your money in 2026? That's exactly what we're breaking down today. Two middleweight adventure bikes that both cost under $20,000, both have about 105 horsepower, and both claim they'll take you off the road without falling apart. But they are built completely differently, they ride completely differently, and the person who should buy one is not the same person who should buy the other. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly which one is right for you. The 2026 Ducati Desert X starts at $16,995 in the US. The 2026 BMW F900GS starts at $14,395. That is a $2,600 gap right out of the gate, before you've even looked at either bike. Now here's the twist. The Desert X used to cost $18,995. Ducati dropped the price by $2,000 for 2026. That's not a small move. Ducati doesn't usually cut prices, they usually raise them. So why did they do it this time? Because they rebuilt the whole bike. The engine is smaller. It went from 937cc down to 890cc, and that new motor is lighter and cheaper to build. They passed some of that savings on to you. Whether they kept enough of it is a different question, because you're still paying more than the BMW. The BMW at $14,395 has always been the more affordable German option. BMW knows its middle-class adventure buyers. They know you want the GS badge, you want the build quality, you want the reliability, but you don't want to spend R1300GS money. The F900GS is the answer to that. The price is honest for what you get. But here's the thing, the $2,600 difference means nothing if one bike is clearly better in the ways you actually ride. So let's dig into the actual bikes. The Ducati has an 890cc 90-degree V-twin making 110.3 horsepower at 9,000 RPM and 68.1 pound-feet of torque at 7,000 RPM. The BMW has an 895cc parallel twin making 105 horsepower at 8,500 RPM and 68.6 pound-feet of torque at 6,750 RPM. On paper, these numbers are almost identical. 5 horsepower separates them, less than 1 pound-foot of torque separates them. So you might think the engines don't matter much. They matter a lot. Here's why. A 90-degree V-twin and a parallel twin don't just sound different, they feel completely different under you. Ducati's V-twin fires unevenly. The two cylinders don't fire at equal intervals, which gives the power delivery a very specific pulse and character. You feel each cylinder fire. The bike feels alive in a way that's hard to describe until you've ridden one. It's sharp, it's exciting, and it pulls hard at high revs. Ducati also added a new intake variable valve timing system to this 890cc motor, which essentially means the engine adjusts how air comes in based on how hard you're riding. The result is 70% of its maximum torque available right from 3,000 RPM, delivering strong power exactly where you need it off-road. BMW's parallel twin fires at even intervals. It's smoother. The power feels more linear and more predictable. When you open the throttle, it responds in a very calm, controlled way. That is not a criticism, it's a design choice. BMW wants you to feel confident and relaxed, whether you're on a highway at 80 miles per hour or picking your way through loose rocks on a dirt road. The F900GS features a very flat and broad torque curve, which means low-speed power for technical work is incredibly accessible. The short version, the Ducati is more exciting on-road, the BMW is more forgiving off-road. Both make the same peak torque number, but they use it differently. One more thing on the engine, service intervals. The 2026 Desert X now has valve service due at 28,000 miles. The previous model needed a pricey Desmo valve service every 18,000 miles. That system is now gone. Ducati eliminated it. This is huge. One of the biggest complaints about owning a Ducati was always the expensive, frequent valve services. 28,000 miles changes the ownership cost picture completely. The BMW Parallel Twin is always known as a low-maintenance motor, and it still is, but now Ducati is closing that gap in a serious way. This is where things get very different. The Desert X uses a cast aluminum monocoque frame. That means the frame itself is also the airbox. It pulls double duty. The engine then acts as a structural part of the whole setup. Everything is tightly packaged to keep the mass low and centered. The result is a bike that weighs 461 pounds wet without fuel. Add a full tank of fuel, 4.7 gallons, and you're looking at around 490 pounds ready to ride. The BMW uses a steel bridge-type frame with the engine as a stressed member. It's a more traditional approach. The F900GS wet weight comes in at around 483 pounds in road-ready condition. That's actually very close to the Desert X. These two bikes weigh almost the same, which is interesting given how different their frames are, but the way that weight is distributed is different. Ducati's monocoque structure and slim new fuel tank position more weight low and centrally. Ducati also redesigned the tank for 2026. It's slimmer, made of polymer instead of metal, and it places the fuel mass very low in the bike. That lower center of gravity makes a significant difference when you're picking the bike up off the ground after a drop, or when you're managing it at low speed on technical terrain.
The BMW sits with its weight slightly higher and wider, not dramatically so, but enough that experienced off-road riders will notice the Desert X feeling a bit more nimble between the legs, especially in tight situations. Both bikes run upside-down front forks, and both are fully adjustable, but there are differences that matter. The Desert X runs 46mm KYB forks up front with 9.1 inches of wheel travel, and a KYB monoshock in the rear with 8.7 inches of travel. The rear also gets a new progressive linkage system for 2026, which means the bike starts softer and gets stiffer as it compresses. In real terms, that means the bike absorbs small bumps easily without sending jolts through the bike, and then firms up when you hit something big. That's ideal for off-road riding, where the terrain keeps changing. The BMW runs 43mm USD forks with 9.05 inches of front travel and 8.46 inches of rear travel. BMW offers adjustable preload and rebound at the front, and preload and rebound at the rear. If you go for the optional Enduro Pro package, you get a fully adjustable Showa fork, and that changes the character considerably. Without that package, the base suspension is good, but not class-leading. You're getting the basics. The Desert X gives you full adjustability on both ends as standard. For the buyer who is serious about off-road riding, the Desert X's suspension setup out of the box is better specified. For the buyer who rides mostly on-road and wants occasional dirt capability, both bikes work fine, and the difference won't bother you. Both bikes run a 21-inch front wheel. That is the right size for any bike that calls itself an adventure bike. A 21-inch wheel rolls over rocks, roots, and ruts far more easily than an 18 or 19-inch. It's a wheel size borrowed from actual dirt bikes. The difference is at the rear. The Desert X runs an 18-inch rear. The BMW runs a 17-inch. Why does this matter? An 18-inch rear is more off-road focused. The taller, narrower profile of an 18-inch tire bites into loose ground better. A 17-inch rear allows for a wider range of road-biased tire choices and typically gives a more planted feel on tarmac. BMW chose 17 because the F900GS is ultimately a bike that's meant to be fast and confident on roads as well as capable on dirt. Ducati chose 18 because the Desert X has a stronger off-road identity. Both bikes come on tubeless spoked wheels. These are crossover wheels. You can run them tubeless for road use, but they accept tubes for serious off-road trips where a puncture is less of a disaster to manage. The Desert X comes standard with Pirelli Scorpion Rally STR, a very specific dual-sport tire that leans more toward off-road performance. BMW standard tires are more road-biased. This tells you everything about each brand's intentions for how you'll use the bike. This is where the Desert X has a clear advantage, and it's not a small one. The 2026 Desert X runs a 6-axis IMU, an inertial measurement unit that tracks lean angle, pitch, and roll in real time. It has 6 riding modes: Sport, Touring, Urban, Wet, Enduro, and Rally. Cornering ABS, Ducati traction control, wheelie control, and engine brake control all work together, and each are adjustable independently.
You can run rally mode, which loosens the traction control and ABS intervention significantly, allowing the bike to be thrown around on dirt the way you would want. You can configure each of these systems to exactly how you want. The new 5-inch TFT screen is full color with a 16:9 ratio and high resolution. It has 2 USB ports and is ready for turn-by-turn navigation and the Ducati multimedia system for phone connectivity. BMW gives you a 6.5-inch TFT, which is actually larger. You get ABS Pro, BMW's cornering ABS, and dynamic traction control as standard. Heated grips come standard in the US spec, which is a practical win. BMW also includes a 600-mile break-in service for free with every new 2026 motorcycle. What BMW doesn't give you as standard is the depth of riding mode customization that Ducati does. The base F900GS has road and rain modes. To get enduro and dynamic modes, you need the optional packages, which start at $1,600. Suddenly, that $2,600 price gap between the two bikes gets smaller when you start adding the electronics options to the BMW that the Desert X includes by default. The Desert X has a seat height of 34.6 inches as standard. You can lower it to 33.1 inches with the low seat and low suspension kit. For taller riders, there's a rally seat that brings it up to 35.4 inches. Ducati redesigned the seat shape for 2026 to allow more movement. It's narrower and lets you slide forward and backward while standing, which is critical for technical off-road sections. The BMW sits at 34.3 inches standard. It's a similar height. The riding position on the BMW is slightly more upright and more relaxed. BMW describes the ergonomic triangle, the relationship between the handlebars, seat, and foot pegs, as optimized for off-road use, with higher bars and lower foot pegs. In practice, the BMW feels immediately natural and easy to manage from the first ride. The Desert X requires slightly more commitment. You feel its off-road character from the moment you sit on it. BMW's seat is firm, which is great for standing on the pegs on dirt tracks, but reviewers consistently say it becomes uncomfortable after 4 to 5 hours of road riding. The Desert X seat is also designed for movement rather than pure long-haul padding. Neither bike is a touring bike in the traditional sense, but the BMW's more road-relaxed geometry makes longer road days slightly more manageable in stock form. The BMW also has a 3.8-gallon fuel tank in base form. The Desert X has 4.7 gallons. That extra gallon matters on long stretches between fuel stops. Ducati wins on range without question. The Desert X is visually dramatic. It draws direct inspiration from the Cagiva Elephant that won the Paris-Dakar rally. Long nose, upswept exhaust, round headlight cluster, exposed trellis subframe. This is a bike that looks like it was made to race across deserts. The 2026 version is tighter and more purposeful than the first generation. The fairing sits lower, the lines are cleaner, and the slim polymer tank makes the bike look leaner. The BMW F900GS looks like a GS. That's both a compliment and a statement. It has that tall, muscular adventure bike silhouette that BMW has owned since the 1980s. The GS trophy color option, white, blue, and red, is a genuine head-turner. It doesn't try to look like a race bike. It looks like a tool built for exploration. For a lot of riders, that honesty is more appealing than drama. Buy the Desert X if you want a bike that is more focused on actual off-road performance, if you want a more exciting engine character, and if the $2,000 Ducati Premium is something you're willing to pay for, better suspension out of the box, a more advanced electronics suite as standard, and a bike that genuinely feels special. The lower service intervals on the new engine mean ownership costs are far less scary than they used to be. Buy the BMW F900GS if you want a bike that is slightly more accessible and comfortable on long road days, if the lower entry price matters to you, if you appreciate BMW's long-standing reputation for reliability, and if you're honest with yourself that most of your riding will be on pavement with occasional dirt roads. BMW also includes heated grips and a free break-in service, which are small but genuine practical advantages. The real answer is this: the Desert X is the better motorcycle for someone who bought it because they love adventure riding and they want the tool that is most committed to that. The BMW is the better motorcycle for someone who wants a well-rounded, everyday adventure bike that happens to be great on dirt too. At $16,995 versus $14,395, neither of these bikes is cheap, but both are honest, capable machines from manufacturers who know what they're doing. The choice between them tells you something about yourself as a rider. If this helped you figure out which one is right for you, subscribe. There's a lot more like this coming.